Good afternoon. My name is Bryan Short. For the past academic year, anyhow, I've been an emergency certified special education teacher at Bourbon County High School. LBD, so that's learning disabilities. So I teach resource classes in the morning, like study hall type thing for the layman. And in the afternoon, I co-teach. So I'm in a general education classroom, and I'm dual coding curriculum for various students with IEPs or 504s. Like, I don't think they get a fair shake. They, we need to address all of our disabilities today, because they're not just all inherent. No, some of them are cultural, right? So English as a second language is a big hurdle that we discussed this year in the cohort. That is the Kentucky Adult Literacy Grant, the KCL grant is commonly known as. Anyhow, so what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating with you some of the things I learned through the process of doing that cohort. They don't tell you when the emergency certified people all the extra duties that go along with certain gigs. So I was happy to do the cohort because it kind of affirmed a lot of things that I kind of knew anyhow. While I was looking at them from an educational perspective, I'm also a commercial realtor, so I'm coming into education out of the private sector, and I've enjoyed this so much that I've actually begun a master's on it. So I think I'll keep it as a day job for now. It's very rewarding on the intangibles as well. That's not what this speech is about. I'm here today to kind of communicate with you some things that we can do in the community to kind of bridge that gap. And there are plenty of programs and help available for our current adult literacy needs. Matter of fact, right up at the high school, we do have night classes for that. No, what we're talking about today, or what I'm here to hopefully share with you and get some feedback, is we are concerning ourselves with preparing better employees as they graduate out into the workforce, because the reality is we do have a very good percentage that go on to post-secondary. However, the options available in today's economy are a little slimmer than they were, say, 20 years ago. So a lot of kids are going into trade skills and technical jobs. Now, the cohort, we talked primarily in every class we did was geared somehow towards cross-curriculum communication, so applying literacy across all the disciplines, right? So I can share with you informally, of course, some things that I observed. So students who are struggling in science, it's not that they're not curious and they don't like all the things. They don't understand the questions asking them to group data. So there's a pitfall in the math, there's a pitfall in the science, but it all stems from the reading, you see. Now, I taught social studies as well. I can tell you, it's more my personal opinion here, I don't really believe that you can fully appreciate history without command of language. And it's not just our language, you have to kind of draw that line all the way back across Western civilization, of course. And that's, again, a line of languages. Now, 21st century, we've have a lot more understanding of where we come from, but there's still lots to learn. Now, we're going to keep this primarily to the language, because that's how we learn and how literacy works, right? Is we write the words we see, we hear. That's how it all started. Clay tablets, if you will. Anyhow, Proto-Indo-European language tree is very interesting theory or reconstruction. It does kind of explain a lot of our common roots, and I think by examining those common roots, we can teach and relate better going forward. Now, I'm not here to give a big cultural anthropology lesson. No, I'm actually just talking about getting you better employees. But please indulge me there for a minute. Anyhow, so the lack of technical literacy. So your employees may be able to read 1, 2, 3s, but without connecting the dots between that 1, 2, 3, the sequencing, if you will, they're not going to understand the task, right? So you are better off almost automating in factory jobs, and again, that hurts your local economy, that hurts your workforce, and we want to see them doing better. So we have a long way to go here in Kentucky, and honestly, we can't do it without your help. I mean, the public schools, we serve our mission. And we ensure that no child is left behind. That's not just a catchphrase from the 90s. We make sure that everybody gets a fair shake in America. And so that's why I'm very proud to be a small part of that these days. And yeah, thank you for your time. Very grateful.